Y'all know who it is. It's Arteice, it's Love, and it's Hotlegs. We're here to talk about the latest episode of Apology Tour, and oh my goodness, was it just the most episodist episode of Helluva Boss that ever episode, huh?
Yeah.
God.
Oh, okay, let's start with the positives, so like I could be a hater later and a justified hater.
Mhm.
I like the animation. I'll admit, as much as I can, I'll be negative later. As much as I cannot stand Stolas, I liked his rock. I liked how he was singing that rock ballad. I feel like his voice is very good for that.
Same.
Yeah, this is really nice, excluding the context. But, yeah.
This whole show in a nutshell. Yeah, this is a nice moment in a vacuum. This was a nice scene without context.
Yeah.
Oh.
Good heavens.
The visuals were really cool this time. I think this is probably the one song out of season 2 where I was like, oh wow, this feels like 1,000 times better than what we've been getting. And it kind of reminds me of what was that other song that we got that wasn't even in the episode that Paranoid DJ wrote?
Oh, I do not know.
I
Wow.
don't remember the song,
Poison?
but
No,
not Poison. The one with Stolas.
Oh, Look My Way.
Yeah, Look My Way. Yeah. I was like,
Oh,
the
yeah,
visuals
yeah.
feel like Look My Way-ish. And I was like, this is really not
dude. The visuals went so hard.
Yeah.
Too bad the subject sucked.
Oh, yeah.
Good heavens. Mm-mm.
So, I rewatched the episode. And you know what? When I say this without any like exaggeration or being at all hyperbolic, I do feel like, in my opinion, this is the worst Helluva Boss episode, because say what we will about the circus, and we will, and Seeing Stars and the other ones we've had in season 2, even Unhappy Campers, those I can at least better stomach and can follow along. It's a jagged path, but I can still follow along even though I'm tripping every now and again. This one was just so, I didn't even want to watch it a second time, but I feel like I was forcing myself just to watch it, so that way I could just fully take in what I just saw the first time. I don't like Stolas' attitude. I don't like how he's just so vaguely talking about how I want to be someone and not even something specific. He had a perfect scene to describe why he wants Blitz specifically, but you just want a rom-com fairy tale life. I am fully convinced that season 2 is just fully from his perspective, because it's just been dragging Blitz the show lately, and I get it. Blitz is not a perfect guy. He's been through some shit and he's done some shit. All those exes having a party every year to like celebrate hating him. I mean, if he's done something that bad to you, go off and get that outlet out. But like, I think at this point we get it. I'm getting yelled at so much about he sucks. I get it. Will you let him fucking develop and grow? But Stolas gets to be all, I never looked down on you. Bitch, we have compilations, we have evidence, we have receipts. Impish plaything, little imps. I hate the contradiction. And that's what I hate most about this episode. How the beginning was so contradictory, and I loved how Blitz was like, I'm gonna apologize to everyone, but not you, because you don't owe shit. And I'm like, yeah, girlfriend, you go, girl. You don't owe him shit. You don't owe that man nothing, girl. And I'm like, no, don't go back to him. You just want to go back because you don't want to be pushed away. You're so used to pushing everyone else away, but now you're getting pushed away. And I'm like, yes, thank you so much, Viv, for expositioning all of that out. Who actually solo wrote this episode? I feel I was hoping that she'd gotten better writing progress wise between then and Has-Been Hotel coming out, but everyone unanimously agreed that the first episode of Has-Been was the worst, and they didn't like it very much. So I don't want to say she's gotten worse, but I don't think she's probably gotten a little better in some areas, like the cutaway gag with the whole Halloween thing, and like I thought there was gonna be cake in the sacrifice. That was funny. Her strengths are jokes. Not some drama.
I think I saw a post of talking about that, of like it knows how to write jokes, but they insert in the most like awkward way possible / it shouldn't be there. But the jokes are funny on their like out of context, but like it just does not fit in the scenes or the scenarios that they're like talking about. It just feels really out of pocket.
Yeah.
A lot of the dialogue like really fits well within a vacuum. Because, like, if you notice, a lot of the fans just kind of ignore previous episodes, and then when you bring up dialogue from old episodes, they're like, that didn't happen. I'm like, yeah, because you're only viewing it from a vacuum. If you put everything together, it doesn't make any sense. So, like, yeah, Viv has improved in some of her writing, like, her, like, little speeches here and there for some of the characters. I'm like, oh, that's cool. But then, you know, you get the bigger picture and you walk out of the vacuum, you're like, that didn't fit the way that I thought it was gonna fit, but whatever.
An out of context compilation of the show, hilarious. Love it.
Yeah.
I don't think the show knows what it wants it to be. It someone like I watch trailers like this all the time talking about it, and I forgot who it was. Someone pointed out like they don't, whoever's writing it doesn't seem to know what type of emotion they're going for. Of like they don't know what type of story to tell, whether it's like emotional or serious, and they seem to throw all the ideas into one. So it's all over the freaking place in terms of like the emotions and shit. That's why it feels so jarring to get a joke and then immediately into a sad scene. I'm like, whoa. Like, what the
total whiplash is so bad.
I can't get over that one episode where they're looking for Octavia. Holy crap, I hated it. I hated it so much. It was all over the freaking place. Like, I think the only good thing that I noticed in the show is that they learned to stop, like, we call it, the shots are not like milliseconds long. Like they actually learned to, like, you know.
Yeah.
That was so good. Like, oh my god. I can kind of process.
The episode still felt pretty fast, but I don't know, the scenes had time to breathe and sit for a few minutes, which I did like.
Yes.
Good heavens.
I liked Blitz's attempt to try to apologize and make amends with people he's actually hurt. I just wish it wasn't, like 2 minutes of a montage. Like, let him go through an actual emotional journey of, like, realizing, oh, man, I have been a bad guy to some decent people. Where was Moxie in that apology tour? Where was Moxie and Millie?
I don't know. Like, the start of the episode really frustrates me because, like, I've been watching some other reviewers here and there, and I'm like, why did we start with Blitz trying to, like get back together with Stolas and try and apologize at the same time? And it's like, this should have started with Blitz doing, like, an apology tour and then getting to Stolas. Because, like, it would have been fun if Moxie was like, oh, you just screwed over our ticket or what, whatever. Like, there could have been any possible reason for Blitz to go on apology tour, but no, we had to have Stolas kickstart it, and it's like, why? If we're not even gonna give it time to breathe or do anything with it that's monumental. Like, Blitz has already apologized to Fizz. That was, like, the #1 big apology minus Verosika and Stolas, so it's like, why have this little gag of him apologizing, not apologizing to people? And not learn anything.
It feels like they made his character do a 180 just to make Stolas even look more like mature in this scenario. Because why the fuck? Like, because I get like he like would flirt like into here and there, but he again Blitz would only do this shit, to like in terms of Stolas to do it first in order to get so that he gets kickstarted and get the book. He wouldn't just flirt with him and like, let's fuck out of pocket like this. So it was really uncomfortable as hell. And I know for a fact they did it on purpose just to make Stolas more mature. Like, I don't want sex. Like, to like push that point more of like, Blitz is just a sex like freak. It's like, no! He wouldn't do that. That was so weird. That doesn't make sense.
Oh. I really was confused at that too. And like, I hate how like Blitz made a lot of good points at times, but making it somehow like flip it on it Stolas somehow flipping it on his head that like he's in the wrong, like Blitz like, but you like it when I talk all dirty and nasty to you though, and like, so, no, I used to fall for it, but not anymore. I'm like, bitch, you literally led him to your bedroom after 25 years of an absence. First thing you thought since seeing your quote-unquote childhood friends, and someone must be really dipping in the Kool-Aid to misremembering what happened that evening, because you led him to the bedroom. You wanted sex. You thought he was gonna have sex. Yeah, people will say, people are right that like, oh, Stolas was just playing and stuff. Maybe he was just backtracking. Maybe he wasn't serious because maybe he didn't act serious because he just didn't know what to do. He's a virgin.
I don't believe
or was a virgin.
I do
So
not
like, sorry. the way that I figured it for me to make sense in general is that Stolas is those type of people that like read too many romance books and like infantilize romance in a way. So like a part of me thinks that he was doing a joke because Blitz and him played pirates when they were kids, so he's like, oh, let me do like, oh, you're here to ravish me, pirate, sexy, whatever, as like a nod to their past. But of course Blitz doesn't remember, and that kind of like punched his sails down a little bit. But of course it's like, oh, I haven't seen you in years, and you know, I had a crush on you. So it's like all these feelings mixing together in one, plus the like rom-com romance swarming in his brain. So he just assumes that Blitz is here to like rekindle something, and it's like, no, not really.
Like, no, I swear to this day, I will forever blame. I know people, we can blame Blitz for a lot of things, but this whole kickoff of the whole freaking deal thing in the book, it was Stolas' fault to begin with. He made the arrangement and wanted to do such a thing, knowing Blitz was in danger. He could see him from the damn bubble. He could hear the gunshots, like, for fuck's sake. And the whole, if Stolas never mentioned the whole, oh, I'm finally gonna be wanted by my first friend, I'm just like, oh, I know hindsight's 2020, but in my theory, I think that like Blitz hearing that and knowing damn well that his past with Fizz, it not working out, Fizz was his probably most likely his first friend, and he had a crush on him, and he didn't have the courage to move forward with it. So that pity night, if he just gagged Stolas' mouth and never heard that, we wouldn't be here. We literally would not be here.
Right.
It's like I'm like mixed on like Stolas because I kept thinking about it more of like he's not. First of all, I kind of wish they just went into like he was a full villain because yeah, his actions are just really not great. But like, it's like I could understand in terms of like based on like how like his development is. He's never actually had a true friend, and he's never actually known what love really is. He doesn't receive love from his father. He doesn't receive it from his wife. He kind of gets it from his daughter, but because he's such a bitch, he like, yeah, of course the daughter doesn't want to like interact with him, so he doesn't actually know what like affection or love is, and he keeps confusing it with lust. And I don't think that's ever going to be brought up in show, that he keeps confusing love and lust. Because like as much as like how sweet that like succubi was at the party, and he's so polite and stuff, you know, and danced with them, it still turned into lust. They were like making out aggressively, zooming on their tongues and dripping or whatever. It was still lust. It's not genuine love, man. That's just weird. It's just a hookup. And Stolas, I think, is going to confuse it again for me. Like, oh, he loves me. It's like, this is
he's just dragging and gonna gaslight another like, fucking lower life form than him.
Like, you're drunk and you just made it with some random guy at a party. That's not really love, but it's really sad you keep confusing it for such. So that I kind of feel bad for, but I would feel less bad. I feel like he just needs to acknowledge it, but he just doesn't. Like,
I'm gonna need Asmodeus to sit his ass down and
like
of lust. And if and what could make this worse if Asmodeus encourages it, like. I love how people draw fan art of Fizz and Oz like cheering up Blitz or like being there while he's crying and stuff. But if they even turn on him, and after Blitz just got his old bestie / wanted to be crushy back, I've never hated a character more than I hate Stolas. I hate how he's written. I hate the way he walks. I hate the way he talks. I hate the way he's fucking dressed. I hate everything about this bird. Yes, he's a victim of Stella. That's very sad. That's tragic. But there's no such thing as a perfect victim either.
Yeah.
Oh god.
I feel like this all could have been somewhat avoided and like worked out really well if they had been a bit more obvious about the Osmodeus episode, like where Blitz and Stolas get called out by Osmodeus, like y'all are only banging. And then when Stolas sees what an actual relationship looks like between Moxie and Millie is when he starts changing his feelings. But like they never build on it, and they always have Stolas backtrack. Like the text message where like we only see a few seconds of it, but you can tell by the way Stolas texts Blitz, it's like you know, wishy-washy and you know, not even trying and like giving Blitz a lot of outs, and it's like you want this relationship to change, but you're not even trying to change it.
You said like if I was offending you or if I said something wrong, like no, you didn't even acknowledge that you did something wrong in the first place. There's no that's not how you fucking apologize. Blitz somehow gives better apologies than that.
And also, like people forget, can't Blitz not really read? Like so I probably don't like. First of all, he can't type really well, so I really kind of doubt he actually understands what Stolas is even like telling him in text, which is worse. So that's probably why he doesn't respond either, because he has no idea what the hell Stolas is saying.
Oh my gosh, not only is Blitz like an imp, which is the lowest of low of the classes, and he's poor, he's also uneducated, getting gaslit, manipulated by this well-read, because ooh, I love words, head-ass owl, who's well-educated, wealthy, and oh my god, and he's of a higher class. I hate, the more I think about Stolitz, the more I fucking hate it. Everything.
I'm so irked out the direction again they're going. Like mentioned before, of like first of all, it feels like they're gonna put it of like Blitz has to be with him for Blitz to be happy, you know, win-win. But I just I get so grossed out because they keep like pushing more and more of like Blitz ultimately just getting with him out of pure guilt. Like he doesn't act like it's like it's clear that Blitz wants, like he yearns for love and shit. Also, it's clear he has his own reasons and like reservations why he doesn't do so, but Stolas doesn't acknowledge it. And I mean, and I guess like Blitz doesn't really open up to him because why would he? Because the only interactions they would have was like Stolas talking down to him and like making a joke out of it, thinking he's just there to, you know, fuck around and like, oh, you made it to imp boy, you know, something out of pocket. So of course Blitz doesn't feel inclined to talk about it, and not like he does it with anybody else. But it's
less so with Stolas.
Yeah, it's. I just don't like it. Of like, first of all, Stolas' issues like is not relevant to whatever this is. Okay, first of all, okay, I was supposed to say love for Rasica. Doesn't it seem a little bit like, okay? It's not like it's a group therapy. That's like different, you know. It's not like a mellow party where there's actual people just talking it out and like chilling and vibing. This is just like a regular like party like Beelzebub shit, you know. But doesn't it seem a little bit immature to be throwing a year like an annual party dedicated to how much you fucking hate your ex and want to kill him? Like, doesn't that seem a little silly? Like, I hate my ex as much as the next person, but that seems really goofy to do. Like, no one's like venting about it. They're just stabbing cakes and beheading him and shit, and wearing merchandise that she made or whatever the hell about I hate him. And what the hell? Like, it would have more of an impact if we knew who any of these fucking people were. Because what's like the level of like how much he fucked up a person? Because for instance, Dennis is there. Why the fuck is Dennis there? He didn't do anything to him other than just say, "I don't like your name." That's it. Yeah. So why are you here?
Because Succubus friends there too. Like, why are There's a bunch of background characters where I'm like, I know who you are. Why are you here?
Yeah.
I guess Vortex is finally getting paid enough to give a shit because he's there too.
Yeah.
It just doesn't make a lot of sense. It just feels like a Beelzebub party again, like 2.0. But
Guys, no, I get it, because we need those callbacks. We need to see the succubi group beforehand. We need them callbacks, guys. We need them potential merch and screenshots, guys. It's for the merch.
I wish like Verosika and like Blitz's talk was more in depth a little bit, or at least like showed like some flash like backs or something of what happened.
Yeah.
Because again, it's from her perspective. We don't actually really know what occurred. But it comes off as like she said I love you, and then he got really bitchy and threw a fit, which doesn't make a lot of sense? Question mark. Like I needed to know more context, because then you have it at the other party, Asmodeus's club. She insinuated like I sucked him off or whatever, and he didn't reciprocate, which sounds kind of shitty, low key. So I don't really understand what occurred. Like I again if I need to be shown like a glimpse of what happened. It would make me feel a little more sympathetic. Cause like I can assume that would suck. Of like I love you, and then like he acts like he throws a fit, which he could do. It's definitely a possibility. But like it just without like any really real context, it doesn't make a lot of sense. So I can't feel 100% bad.
I feel like the writing keeps changing the context and moving the fucking goalposts. Because on one hand, we could assume that Blitz was a selfish lover, and as much as I really hate to assume that his time with Stolas has made him a better like lover because he's more giving, but now it's kind of it's kind of paints it like as soon as Roscoe said I love you, he was like, I want to assume he spiraled and just panicked, and then did the next logical thing of stealing her credit cards and like writing it all the way, horse riding lessons and all that stuff. So I think we're missing a couple of pieces.
Yeah. I like to theorize though that so we know that they were dating at the height of Verosika's pop stardom because of the photos. Mm-hmm. And so it makes me think that maybe Blitz was her bodyguard, and Verosika during her like, benders, they had like a toxic like like one of those like exciting toxic relationships where like you get off to the thrill of the danger of being like a bodyguard and like having your alcoholic girlfriend go absolutely bananas for you. And I really wish they'd focus more on like the dynamic between the two, because again, Verosika is a succubus and she's a pop star. And then you have Blitz move over to Stolas, who is a prince and a Goetia, and it's like he went from an already somewhat higher ranked person to another high ranked person, and it's like, why would you do that when you knew what it was like being with a high ranked person? Even though I know Verosika's probably like one tier above imps. I don't really know where the line is for the succubus are, but it's still really interesting how parallel the two are, yet they don't do anything with it. Like there could have been a lot of ways for Blitz to get some of his frustration about feeling inadequate and not getting like the praise and spotlight that he's always wanted, because we know he worked at a circus. We know he likes to do jokes and all that stuff, and that didn't pan out. And even the guy that he had a crush on turns into this giant superstar that's backed up by two princes, and it's like, Blitz clearly has like a weird boner for power, but gets pissed off when the power backslaps him in the face. Like, it's such a weird, he has such a weird and complex and very interesting dynamic with these things, but they don't do anything with it. They just kind of like make it seem like he's the bad guy in everything. And it's like, well, no, it's a two-person street. Like, both parties, we don't know what Verosika could have done other than saying, I love you. Like, there could have been more. There's more that there's going on because they've hinted at it. We know Verosika was in rehab, so there could have been more going on.
Do you think, does it ever drive you insane that maybe Blitz drove not just his sister, but Veronica to rehab with their drinking and drug
Kinda.
use?
I completely forgot.
I
That
think
is so messed
fire
up.
is what caused Barbie to spiral into drugs, because when their mom died, you know.
Yeah.
So like it's a combination of mom's dead and Blitz was kind of at fault for that. So, but we'll never know, I guess.
Guess we'll never know.
I don't. Again, that whole like scenario just confuses the crap out of me because it's like, besides like Fizz being the last person to see Blitz, why is it automatically assumed by everyone that Blitz started the fire? You didn't see him push any like the guy or whatever. And again, there are two flaming horses standing right next to the fireworks. Why is it automatically everyone's like, you killed our mother, you're a bitch, on purpose? It's like, whoa.
Everything's an accident and not necessarily technical, unless it is for the narrative purpose, because we gotta baby the fucking owl.
I hate this. Like, all Stolas fucking does is whinge and whine and complain. I get it. You're sad. I get it. You're in a forced marriage. But first of all, you're already divorced. But your daughter hates you. That's your own fucking fault. That's no one else's fault but your own. You're the only one that talks openly about that's crazy. Maybe don't talk about like the guy that you're cheating your mother with on, her mother with on, like, about his dick size, like 3 feet away from your daughter. Maybe that's why she doesn't like you. That's crazy. I don't know. Maybe don't like invite her to like a rendezvous. Like, let's hang out together, father and daughter. But I'll also bring the guy that I'm aggressively flirting with right in front of you. And then I'm gonna be so confused why you're upset. Like, I don't know what it's called, but like, he genuinely doesn't seem to understand people's basic emotions. Like, how do you confuse your daughter screaming and crying as joy? Like, are you crazy?
He's so unself-aware, and I have seen theories that like, oh guys, Stolas must be autistic because da 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 da, and I'm like, I don't speak for every autistic. I'm autistic, and let me say right now, if that's how everyone else feels, cool. Don't use that as a fucking excuse.
Glitching.
That is not an excuse to not like right. It's
oh my god. Your microphone.
Art, you're glitching.
Oh. Well.
Oh no.
Oh my goodness. Oh my god. Oh my gosh. I think they're just oh shit.
There it goes.
Oh no. Oh god.
It's like watching those like animatronics just like lose all their power. Oh.
They were so enraged they disintegrated. Hello.
You good?
Hello. Oh gosh.
Oh no.
Uh-oh.
Did you break your microphone?
Oh.
Craig, do something.
They're just sitting there. Nothing. Oh god.
Sitting there menacingly.
Good heaven. Yeah. Oh god. God, I was gonna doodle out like a Stolas and Blitz thing where they're actually fucking talking it out.
Like at a therapy session.
Yeah, like, I need Blitz to like throw in his I need Blitz to like throw it in his face of like, do you like I was purchased to hang out with you and you don't seem to acknowledge it at all.
Yeah.
And
I wish they brought that up in the argument. Like, I know they brought up Stryker, and I'm glad that they did that, but I'm like, no, y'all should have brought up the fact that, like, your childhood friendship was a lie. It was based on a lie!
I kind of forgot, like, because at first I had no clue what the hell he was referring to. Until, like, yeah, I was like, because I saw, like, Ferner about it of, like, Blitz should have brought up, like, the only reason he wasn't, like, there to save Stolas or whatever is literally because he was there for his daughter.
Yeah.
Like, it wasn't for, like, selfish reasons.
Yeah.
So.
And I hate that so much where Stolas gets upset about that, where like, you didn't come rescue me, and I'm like, dude, he told you on the phone he couldn't do it, he was busy. Like, he's not gonna drop everything for you because, like, unlike you can drop whatever because your daughter doesn't mean anything to you, but unlike Blitz, his daughter means everything to him, so
Stolas is, and like, regardless of like whether like intentionally or not, he's really entitled. Of like, he has weird, gross expectation of like, I love this little imp boy. Why isn't he doing things for me? Why isn't he protecting me?
Yeah.
You don't need him to protect you. You just watch a lot of telenovela and read a bunch of shit, and have this weird like fantasy about each other. That like,
I know
you can't you can't recognize how you make him uncomfortable. But even when you do, you still yet push of like, he has to feel he's gonna get with you out of guilt of like, I thought I loved you, but you didn't love me, and I misread it. Oh, let me sing about. And then
I hate that. I hate that so much. That's the one part of Stolas where I'm like, I hate you. I hate when people pull shit like that and they want to, pretend like they're not guilt tripping you. Like, yes, you are. You are. You just don't hear it because you don't think that that's what you're doing when that is exactly what you're doing. Like, the episode before this one where, like, Stolas is like, I'm gonna set you free. I'm gonna do this grand gesture for you, and you can stay or you can go, but I want. And I'm like, oh, that's where you lost me. You can't just say I want. Don't ever say I want to somebody that you're like giving the ultimatum to or whatever. But he's like, I want you to want to stay with me, and I'm like, oh, you just ruined it again. Stop saying
you're not giving him a choice.
Yeah, that's not the choice you think it is when you say I want.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yeah.
Damn, I had to switch to iPad. I was glitching out.
Yeah.
You were glitching. You were glitching, and then you like slowed down.
Yeah.
See, this is what being a hater does to you. But hey, if Kendrick Lamar can keep hating and gets proven right, I will be the hater.
Oh, goodness. Oh, God.
So you're good. We were talking while you were busy.
Oh, good. You guys were talking about the next part. I was hoping we talk about like the whole striker thing. I apologize if my audio sounds different. I'm on my headset, so if it doesn't sound as clean, I'll try to be next to my plushies to make it as clean as possible.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry. What was I saying? Oh yeah, I hate Stolas. Arteice is a hater. Good. Congratulations. And the sky is fucking blue. What else is new?
Yeah. We were just talking about how Stolas is guilt tripping when he doesn't realize that he is doing.
This guilt tripping bird fucking cloaca having I'm running out of insults, but the guilt tripping, the gaslighting, the gatekeeping, it's not very girl boss. Now is it?
No. Because even after he does all that stuff with the I want with Blitz, it's like, really? And then we get to the next episode and Blitz genuinely asks, like, well, why would you want to be with me? And then Stolas just completely goes on a whole other tangent about what I want, what I would like. And I'm like, dude, that's not what he asked. He asked why you were interested in him, not what you want. Like, do you not hear the hypocrisy?
That's the thing, though. He doesn't really want Blitz for any other reason besides lust. He doesn't know what love is, and he confuses that with lust.
He wants the idea of Blitz.
He likes the idea of love. But if he was actually with Blitz, he doesn't even know the first thing about Blitz. Did he even know Blitz had a daughter before they had to go search for his own daughter? Did Blitz know that Via was even a teenager? Because people love to play Blitz is a pedo because he was willing to do whatever with like Octavia. Like, did he even know Octavia's age?
I don't think so.
Exactly, he didn't know. For as far as he knew, like, oh, okay, still setting me up with his adult daughter. All right, fine.
I'm pretty sure Blitz would have said yes to anything Stolas wanted, just to be sure that he would have access to the book, regardless if he was okay with it or not.
That, and also he was promised money in that scenario, so of course he did it.
Yeah, because our
He's not
business
like
is
he's
in
not
jeopardy.
like it's so gross. It's like I don't understand Stolz's like POV of like, I'll entice him with money and or sex, and he loves me. This means he loves me. It's like no, stop
No.
it. That's not what
I
it means.
want you to want me. Like, that's not how it works.
Like
You
maybe he just doesn't
Ooh.
like you like that, and that's not his fault or obligation to. That's like you
It's
can't sit there
not.
and cry about it and whinge and complain. He's only gonna get with him out of guilt, and I can see it coming from a mile away, and everyone's gonna be like, "Oh, that's so cute." It's like no, it's
like
not.
the cherry on top for the guilt has to be the song. Like,
yep.
Blitz comes out and like sees that Stolas is upset and singing about him and like all the crap that went down, and it's like, stop! You're letting yourself be guilted into feeling bad for not reciprocating or like playing along to what Stolas wanted when you didn't even know that Stolas wanted it in the first place. He made no attempt to let you know that things had changed. He was literally okay with the deal still until just a couple episodes ago.
Yeah, it wasn't until like the whole texting of like, oh, he's like when they were locked up in that cage with Fizz, like, oh, he's been texting me about like how's my day been? He's been laughing at my jokes. And it's like, why are you bothering? It's like, yeah, that would be a logical way of thinking about it. It's like it's so frustrating when you think the show is going in a logical direction, it just doesn't, and it just doubles down on all the bullshit, and that's what makes it so fucking frustrating.
Yeah.
And
then everyone wants to say it's a miscommunication, and I'm like, no, not really.
More like lack of communication.
Oh god, the writers can sit there and like tell us up. Oh, they're both in the wrong. We're portraying that. No, unless I see an episode dedicated about Stolas getting his up cuppins, which I have a slight hope for, very little. It's only gonna be like a minute. Because there's some indication that like Octavio's probably gonna sing something or talk to him or whatever, but I feel like even that it's gonna still be half-assed of like, oh, but whatever, It's like, God, no. Like I was gonna do it out too of like, even if like Blitz didn't give him a straight answer for the deal or whatever, like I feel like for instance, even if they were sitting in their office afterwards to talk about it, Stolas still would have been pressuring him into it with like the pet name shit of like, oh, but come on, Blitzy, don't you want to have a little fun or whatever? And Blitz would be like, fine, whatever. He doesn't want it. He literally is just doing it for his job.
Textbook definition of coercion. It was coercion, and no one can say otherwise because it literally fucking was, and coercion is not consent.
No. God. Like,
I know they keep trying to backtrack it with Blitz's need for love and attention. Yeah. And I get like what they were going for in the first season because it made sense where it's like, yeah, Blitz doesn't like that Stolas is more powerful than him, but like he likes that Stolas likes him for a specific thing, and he likes the arrangement and that works for him. But now that everything's changing, it's like he's kind of being like tricked into like getting in a relationship he never had any intention of getting into, and then like they keep wanting to be like, oh, Blitz is changing for the better, and I'm like, is he? Or is everyone around him forcing him to change when he just doesn't want to? Like, it would have been nice if like it would have been nice if Blitz fell in love first and Stolitz was still kind of like the asshole, and it made Blitz like want to change and be better, and then we have like at the end where Stolas changes and wants to be better. It would have been like this. Blitz is the main character. Why are we?
He was the main character for like season 1, and now it's the tearjerker show.
It's what do you call it? I don't understand. Like, there's things that he could work on, but I don't appreciate the fact that they're insinuating what he needs to work on is accepting. Like, it has nothing to do with like accepting that people do love you. Because like, from his POV, how the fuck is he meant to like think people actually care about him when everyone around him gives him nothing but shit. Like his own adopted daughter gives him shit. His employees don't like it, which is kind of reasonable. But like every single person besides Fizz that because he talked it out, just gives him nothing but shit. Of course he's gonna think everyone fucking hates him. Of course he's gonna have self-doubt issues and want to just dwell on it and cry about it and think he's gonna die alone. Because someone fucking shares some actual affection. And the only person he gives true love and affection to is his own fucking adopted daughter, and she does not give a fuck about him. Regardless of that one fucking episode, it doesn't matter because she immediately backtracks on it. It goes back to being a bitch and kicking him in the nuts. I hate her. I want to love her, but she's such an asshole to him. Unnecessarily.
Oh no! You see what that scene Luna felt like from the last episode into this episode. Luna felt like she was finally building that trust with her father. So when Blitz threatened to kick her out and fire her, she felt threatened, that trust was broken.
He was already beating him from the start of that episode before he said anything.
That's not what the Wikipedia said. That's not what Viv said.
Oh god. It's irritating. No, it's uncomfortable. People find that legitimately funny. I don't really think it's that
funny enough to make it a mug.
Yeah. And then the fact that Luna's been with Blitz for 5 years.
5 years, and she's still
acting
you're still
acting this way, yeah. And it's man, Blitz's relationship could have been a good Kickstarter.
She's my age. She's my age and still acting this. God forbid. You don't have to excuse. You don't have a passive you're a broken teenager. You're a grown woman. Stop it. What the hell are you still throwing tantrums about? No, I don't want to work, Dad. Oh, kill yourself.
He was fresh out of the pound, actually 18, and that's when Blitz got her, or she just recently turned 18. Yeah, sure, and they could still make weird, sexy pinups of her because she'd be of age or whatever. But it's still, I'm not adopted. I'm no adoptee, so I can't really speak on this. But I would like to think after 5 years of being with living with your adopted family, that you've grown to trust them or something, or love them at least. Damn,
because he doesn't give her shit anyway. She's the only person that he actually genuinely cares enough about and acts affectionate towards, regardless if it's cartoonishly affectionate or not.
That's his only crime. He loves too much.
Literally, he's I love this girl. She's my favorite little guy. And it's not like he's treating her like a fucking pet or whatever. He actually treats her
Millie does.
Yeah.
I hate that. I forget the fact Millie's oh, the hellhound, the dog. Stop talking to her like that.
She's just a mutt.
It's a whole person, you freaking asshole. She can talk and walk and have emotions. That's so fucking rude. They freaking die, but
they can talk, they can walk, they can work, they can be slaves. Does it ever boggle your mind that they probably inbreed a hellhound and force them to breed to get the perfect breeding?
God, ew.
It boggles mine sometimes when you think a little too hard about this world.
Yeah.
It just sucks.
I don't get why I don't get why they didn't focus more on Blitz and Luna's relationship. Luna could have been the Kickstarter for Blitz being a better person and trying to have that family that he's always wanted, But no, they immediately speed run towards Blitz and Stolas, and it's why?
What's the fan character now? Stolas is the big little guy. He's just a little guy. He's just our boy.
If they want to do this for 4 seasons, this is gonna get old really fast.
Oh heck yeah!
No.
It's what's gonna happen? They're just gonna keep going at it, and then they're finally gonna date, and then we're gonna spend 2 seasons watching them date and have
no chemistry,
random arguments over nothing.
Fantastic.
Then Stryker headshots Stolas and makes out with Blitz.
Yeah.
The end.
I found it so funny in the episode when Stolas says, "You sound like that Stryker fellow," and I'm like, yeah, that should tell you something. If two people are telling you the exact same thing in the exact same way, then there's something wrong here, and that's you.
That is, it's like, am I the problem? No, it's my sex toy. That's the problem.
I just don't like the fact he insinuate they're friends or whatever. I don't know why he did that.
Why would Blitz be friends with that? Why would Blitz be friends with that supremacist?
Yeah. Man, if I was Blitz, I'd be like, why do you assume that me and Stryker are friends? Like, do you think all imps are friends with each other? Is that what you think? Like, why would you assume that we're friends?
That's what I was assuming he was do. Like, that's fucking weird.
Yeah.
Don't all
stop calling him my friend. He's not my friend.
Like, you think all imps look alike? Ooh.
I don't understand what the hell the show's direction is going in, because, like, Stolas has no fucking reason to be this so passive aggressive with him right now. Blitz didn't do anything to you other than not, like, give back quote affection, which is in your brain wanting dick. Like, that's not
Blitz
his fault. He's not obligated to do shit for you, and you have no fucking reason to sit there going, I gave you my love and attention, and how dare you? Like, how can you see my dad love you? Are you serious? Like, are you joking?
You spring something on me, and then you expect me to, like, say yes, and then when I tell you that I need time to think, you get mad at me. Like, what the hell?
It's like, I don't know, I would have a tiny bit of sympathy if he actually was shown to give a fuck about other imps he interacts with, but he just treats them like little toys also.
Yeah.
I guess, mind you.
Moxie and Millie, littler ones, it's like, really? Learn their names. Like,
and how he treats his butler.
Yeah. It's like, that's what irritates me too, because Stolas was raised by, like, an imp, or he was probably raised by a bunch of imps, and it's like, how can you be this blind? Like, how can you be this much of an asshole to the people that basically, like, raised you?
Mm-hmm.
It's like so easy. It's laughable how easy it is to make him so much more sympathetic. Like, have him be the rich guy who actually gives a fuck about the little guys and actually, like, treats them way better than any other rich guy. Have him realize that, like, this was a bad start to the relationship, but I actually genuinely do like you for these very specific reasons tailored to you, Blitz. I like your jokes. I like how you're always mad or something. It's so fucking easy. Why are we going the hard route, man?
Has he actually given any sort of, like, reasons why he likes him?
He wants to be someone.
That's it? That's the only thing he gets.
Yeah, like, I don't get this whole, like, they belong together, and I'm like, they don't even know each other.
Yeah, they're so strangers to each other.
Literally.
Because I've been doing the math, like, because they keep saying every full moon, and, like, there's one full moon every month. So that's one visit per month. So if they've been doing this for about, like, a year now, that's, like, what, 12 visits, give or take? So, like, you've only known this person for, like, 12 days, give or take. And it's like, what is there to talk about in 12 days that makes you, like, fall in love with them?
Fell in love with that dick.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, there's nothing here other than, like, carnal or whatever.
I need him to be called out so bad. Like, it would have been made so. I wanted to see, like, Veronica grill him privately or something. It's like, so what did he do to you? And then she says or whatever, like, I just like him and he don't like me back. And she goes, huh? Like, that's it. That's it.
The fact that their relationship is so public and, like, Stolas act like, I took a risk of making my relationship public with you and that's how much I fucking love you. Like, didn't you hide your face in shame at Aussies? Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
God. It's so
or at least from Blitz's perspective, yeah. Like, you're hiding you're hiding your face and making me feel like you don't want to be seen with me, but I'm probably sure it's, like, two other things. Like, one, Stolas is embarrassed that he's getting called out for, like, leaving his wife and kid for, like, a relationship he doesn't even that's not even locked down, and it's like, shit.
What is Stolas' end goal? Like, what did he legitimately think was, like, his plan of, like, I'll get with this guy, divorce my wife, and I guess I'll never see my daughter again. Hooray!
Question mark, profit!
At least, like, it's like, what?
Yeah, and then they make like a big deal about the royal Goetia having a problem with it, and it's like, well, nothing's happened.
Yeah.
No one seems to give a shit ever.
They're gonna make up something on the spot, like, oh, but people do give a shit. Watch.
Because like
Later.
Ozzy and Fizz were hiding it, and it's like, well, why? You're a prince. Like, what is like? You can get away with whatever you want.
No.
They keep showing that you can get away with it, but then Stolas and Blitz are like, oh no, it's a big deal. Da da da. And it's like, why is it a big deal? Show me why it's a problem. Quit showing me other characters with lower class and showing that it's not a problem. Like, make it make sense. Like, if it probably would have been better if Stolas and Stella couldn't get divorced. Like royalties could not get divorced. And Stolas was the first one trying to get a divorce. Like, Stella could have been like, it's unheard of. We don't do that. You can't do that. Especially for an imp. That's just wrong. But no, they're like, we can get a divorce. And it's like, you could have gotten a divorce at any given time, yet you chose not to for your daughter. And it's like, why? Why? People get divorced for all kinds of reasons. People don't stay well, yeah, people do stay together for the kids, but it's like, Octavia's 17, she can handle it. Just get divorced.
It just
yeah.
POV, it's like I wanted to have like a normal perspective of like a family. Like, okay, but you and your wife are extraordinarily dysfunctional and abusive as hell, right? So why would you still have your daughter endure that? Just separate and take custody of her if you care so much about Octavia. Like, for real, like,
yeah, right.
Why aren't you even taking custody of her? Why is it even a thing? What the fuck is
he would have automatically gotten custody anyway because Octavia is his heir. Like, it makes no sense. This is why I don't like the hierarchy and the world building within this show, because they don't expand on it and they don't have set rules and like how this all works. You should have made sure that all this made sense and how it works, because I guarantee you when we get to the freaking like Judge Vagina episode, it's just not gonna go well.
Judge Vagina?
There was a recording of Stolas, the VA, in the sound booth, and it's another vagina joke where he's like, Judge Vagina, and I'm like, oh, I already know where this is going.
It's vagina. Is this the only time we get a vaginal joke in this show?
Probably.
What do we even?
But I know that's the one where that Velasco bird is going to be in it, and Satan.
Ooh.
I don't think so. I have low expectations for Satan's design, but
yeah. No, I heard a recent artist did her own reimagining. Yeah, wink, wink, plug, plug.
That's crazy.
That's crazy, dog.
That's crazy. Who could that be? Oh, geez.
Man, I better find that video and link it in the description so people can watch it.
Oh yeah, totally do that. I want to see too.
Yeah.
I don't think like they're not gonna make him a go, and if they do, it's gonna look really out of place because it doesn't seem like they don't push it. If they're gonna have an animal element, they don't push it. They're just gonna have tiny little horns somewhere on him with a human face. I don't know. It's not gonna look good. I'm kind of interested in that fucking like ghost like fish guy that's coming in. He seems spooky as hell. I don't know what his deal is.
The possessor, I think, is what they're called.
Yeah.
Not Leviathan.
Yeah. Oh, that so irritated me because everyone's like, "You excited for Leviathan?" Leviathan. I'm like, dude, that's not Leviathan. That's a possessor. If you go and look at the shark lineup for X's and O's, you'll see that there is a class of loan sharks called possess. Well, it was a mix of a possessor and a loan shark. So there's obviously some kind of demon out there that can possess people and go to the living world, but whatever. But no one does the homework like I do. So
I'm not doing all this extra credit to understand a fucking show. Pat yourself on the back.
I'm just irked because I know the episode's gonna be another Blitz, everything is your fault. We need to bash it again. They're gonna traumatize him with his mother. They're gonna have like his friends going, because you have like the million line of like, you ruin everyone around you, whatever the fuck. Like, it's just gonna be more Blitz torture porn, and I'm just not excited.
Pretty much. But I am excited to see his mom, though.
It's just either it's gonna
gonna
actually have a voice, or it's gonna be like the dude. But I'm sure it's gonna be like, "Why did you kill me, Blitz? What?" You know?
No,
it was an accident.
I guarantee it's gonna be that.
You were the accident, even though you're twins. Whoa.
You
were
accidents.
Even though he's a twin.
Yeah.
I forget he has a sister.
I know, they need to include her more. It's not fair.
She was in that one episode abruptly with no build-up.
Ugh, I hate that episode. I hate that that's the episode Barbie came into our lives with. I'm like, God, we finally get something that has Barbie included in it, and it's served in like the worst dish possible. Like, Unhappy Campers is just so bad. I would love to just wipe it from my memory completely, but then I would lose Barbie, and then I feel bad because I'm like, I actually like her, and I like the idea behind her story, but I don't think we'll ever get anything with her ever again, and that sucks.
God. Oh no. I think Blitz should just hang out with the actual friends that he likes, like, or has, like Fizz. And I forgot those, like, whatever at, like, the BL's little party that seemed to know who Blitz was and didn't hate him. Like, oh, it's Blitz, hey! Like, they didn't hate him. They call him the wrong name, but they seem to actually like him. So, I don't know. He needs to hang out with somebody that actually gives a fuck. He needs to vent to, like, Fizz or something. Please.
Yeah.
He needs somebody to talk to.
He needs somebody that isn't Fizz or isn't Moxie and Millie who will, like, gas him up into these, like, false senses.
Yeah. No. I think, like, though, Fizz would be like, he won't work with it. He would have been, like, a decent person to go to, like, because they're both in a similar esque, but not really, of, like, imps dating a really powerful, like, you know, being or whatever, or have some sort of interest with them. Like, it would be so refreshing if Fizz to actually tell him what love is and shit, because as much as they're in the, like, lustering, like, him and Asmodeus are actually, like, in love and care about each other. He could give sort of perspective of, like, this is what love really is. This is, like, what he really kind of should be doing with you, you know? Because Stolas and him don't have anything. It's just their only interactions are Stolas makes a weird pet name, something about his cock, and Blitz looks incredibly uncomfortable, and he gets angry and doesn't want to look at him. And yet somehow, because, like, Stolas recognizes that he's angry at him or doesn't like him like that, he's going to sing a song about it, cry about it, and now Blitz is going to be peer pressured into getting with him to make him feel better. Make Stolas feel better. It's so gross.
Yeah. Because even the song was kind of messed up, where the part where he's like, did I read the signs wrong? And, like, every glance or whatever. And I'm like, yeah, you did read the signs wrong. You were not paying attention, not one time. Like, and you still get mad that Blitz is not reciprocating, and it's like, you did not see the signs. You don't get to be mad at the guy that very clearly was like, no, I'm not interested. No, I don't want to do this. No.
Like, please.
Like, it still enrages me of, like, when he made the fucking deal of, like, I could see he could see Blitz is being shot at. He could look at it through the fucking bubble, and no one brings that up. But it's like, he's watching him. He knows he's distracted, and he's still asking him, knowing he's not giving a straight answer. Like, sure, fine, whatever. That's not an answer.
You know what? We put too much blame on Viv for the fact that Stolas is now this fucking whoopified crybaby. When in actuality, it's more so Brandon Rogers who also liked the idea in the first place and like, yeah, let's go for it. I'm like, so it's a double team effort.
And the VA for Stolas.
Oh my gosh, it was triple team.
Yeah. And see, this is why I do not like voice actors helping out. Like, just sit down. I've seen too many things happen where voice actors, like, you know, they say too much or they do too much, and it like ruins a fandom. Like, you would not believe. Oh my god. Watching the Voltron fandom just absolutely implode on itself just because the voice actors decided to voice certain things, and it's like, don't talk, just be quiet. I have now learned to not let the voice actors talk for me or for the show or for anything unless like at a convention or like a list of what's okay and what's not okay to say.
I really wish people stopped going to voice actors like they're the end all be all. And I'm like, no, that's what the fucking writers are there for. Voice actors have their own limitations of what they can say or like even influence. And it's like, it's up to the writing at the end of the day. Why? Like, I understand why there's like panels and such for like voice actors, but there's enough panels for like the writers too, damn it.
God. It's gross.
You know what I think would have been cool if Blitz was the one who made the deal. Like he steals the book and then Stolas calls and he's like, I want that back, you know, da da da. Never thinks about bringing up the deal because obviously he's like, you're my friend, da da da, but you still stole from me and you left me in the morning and told my wife what we did, so I'm kind of mad at you. And then Blitz is like, well, how about this? How about we keep doing this and da 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 da. And it's like, if we did it from Blitz having the deal and having the power, that would have been interesting. That would have been a neat little help out, I guess.
Yeah. Very interesting way of playing on the power dynamics, whereas in society, Stolas would have more power over Blitz, but in this kind of relationship, it'd be Blitz taking back that power and feeling powerful over someone who has a higher status than he does, and thus proving how much he gets off on, like, just power in general.
Yeah. And that would, like, give us a reason for why Stolas becomes such a sad boy. Because it's like, oh, all you cared about was power. You never cared about me and my feelings. And it's like, well, yeah.
Well, yeah. What'd you think?
Yeah. And, like, you know, like, because then Blitz could really be the asshole in this situation that's trying to change instead of the asshole that's not really an asshole because bad things just seem to happen to him. It's not like he's doing it on purpose other than the dating thing. Because, like, the things that happen around him don't seem to be his fault other than his love life.
Blitz gets around.
Oh, like, I know, right? Poor Dennis. He didn't even do anything.
No one even wants him there. No one even wants him there. Like, fuck you. Why is he even at the party if no one fucking likes him there?
I think Dennis is a fine name.
Yeah.
His voice is so fucking deep for his design.
Yeah.
Right? Every time Dennis talks, I'm like, okay, I see. Okay.
This little twink guy, and he's just like, hello there. It's like, whoa. Like, what the fuck was that?
Right?
Holy crap. He's just so guy.
Nearly all of Blitz's, nearly all of Blitz's exes are, like, really good looking. And then there's, like, that one hammerhead shark girl in the back, and I'm like, Blitz and I have the same type. Stop.
I mean, he also did sleep with Chaz.
I know, and I'm like, Chaz isn't here. It's not fair.
I mean, you're technically getting his sloppy seconds.
I don't care.
Gosh.
Anything else on the mind?
I don't know.
I did like the Incubus guy. I know a lot of people are like yelling at him and want him dead and stuff, but I'm like, nah, I kind of like him. I think his animation was pretty. I think he's very nice. Like, yeah, they did kiss and stuff, but I'm like, it's a party. Everyone's drunk. Just whatever. I don't expect him to come back, so like, it's not that deep for me, I guess.
This guy came in with bad intentions. I don't really think it's that. A party. He's wearing a I'm better than Blitzo shirt as opposed to everyone else wearing a fuck you Blitzo shirt. That must mean he's up to something. But like,
it's
we've
a breakup
had so
party,
many
like,
one-up. it's so many one-off characters do stuff like that. So yeah.
I don't like everyone getting upset at him is just kind of funny to me because I'm like, well, it's a breakup party. So everybody's there. Yeah, everyone's there to like get their jollies off in their own weird way. I mean, like we did have that one succubus hanging out in the corner crying, and the other one's in the other background ripping apart a piñata. Like everyone's doing their own thing, you know. And if that's how that one guy wants to go about his party, go for it. Because like he's clearly like somebody's tag along. He doesn't seem to recognize Blitz. Like Blitz is right in front of him. How do you not?
I like to think that he's. I like to think that he's someone's date and that they had him wear a Better Than Blitz shirt because that's proof of them moving on from Blitz.
Yeah.
He's kind of pretty, but I would love to see Stolas try to pull that lovey-dovey crap on a succubus of all creatures.
Oh, I know, right? That's another thing I got pissed off about the episode, where Veronica's like, I told you I loved you. Do you know how embarrassing that was? And I was like, we could have got world building from this. You're a succubus woman. You know how weird that is for you to be in love? Why? Why?
You know how outcasted I could have been from my kind? I almost lost it all because I would admit my love for you.
Yeah. Because like this is at the time where Osmodius is still hiding the fact that he and Fizz are together and like love is stupid and all that. So it's like Verosika and like pretty much all of the people in the Lust Ring have this mindset that love is stupid and pointless. Yet Verosika, this super popular pop star, is like, holy crap, I'm in love. I didn't think that was possible, but nothing comes of it. Like, ugh.
We could have a really deep discovery of what love does to someone. Love can do a lot of things to you. It can make you feel on top of the world. It can crush you. Love is such a strong emotion and feeling that it can go sideways so fast. And seeing that through the lens of a succubi or like succubus is so fascinating. But we didn't have time for that. We gotta animate Stolas tonguing us incubus.
So comfortable.
Yeah.
Like this is what like bugs me about the show. Like it draws me in with all these really cool ideas and like these really interesting ways to like connect certain things with fantasy, but they just backtrack it with like random Wattpad fanfic tropes, and it's like we could have had something really interesting. And I keep coming back thinking we're gonna get interesting things, but then I'm like reminded, no, we're not.
It's like
and then they hook me with Chaz, and then I'm like, okay, I'm stuck.
It's like getting a box full of chocolates. You really never know what you're gonna get. You get some good ones, you get some coconut flavors, and then you get an orange flavor, and then you're slowly dying on the sidewalk.
Yep.
But then sometimes they have fudge. I like fudge.
That's how I feel about them.
The most frustrating show I've ever seen. At this point, I'm just very curious of how will they pull it off?
Yeah.
I don't know. I was gonna draw something like to rectify whatever this crap is, but I just they don't deserve that. I don't know. I don't think I want to. I'm not sure.
Whatever best moves you is what I will say. But that has been us. I am gonna stop it there. Everyone else, leave your comments. Boy, this has been such an episode.
Oh yeah, and, like we call it. I noticed in the last video, for some reason, people were yelling at you for shit that I said. I hope they don't do the same shit here. Of whatever way
they're at me because
they always seem to do that. Like the last 2 times we've done this, they yell at you and not at me, and I'm like, yell at me, please.
Yeah. Everyone yells at me because it's my channel.
I guess so. Yeah.
Like this, yeah. It's like I don't want that shit to happen. It's like this person that said this is your fault. How dare you? Like, what the hell?
Like, don't let me take credit for your guys' bad takes.
Yeah.
Can't all be well rehearsed, okay?
Well, we can't all read the thesaurus now, can we?
Hey, I'm gonna make a book. I swear to God, I'm gonna make a friggin' study guide for everybody and be like, okay, for those who do not know the Helluva Boss lore and everything going on, here you go. I have made a 500-page copy of everything that goes on.
Give new fans fucking syllabi?
Yes. Be like, welcome to the fandom. Here's a syllabus. I expect you to read it and learn it by the end of the year. Okay, bye.
You actually should, though. That'd be so funny.
This is your Bible. It's going to be on the test. There's a test. Yes, there's always going to be a test.
And make sure you follow Viv. Even though her likes, no one can see her likes anymore, you gotta keep up with the theories.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh. Okay, wait.
Check her likes, check all of her comments, because she will randomly just say anything to anybody at this point.
Check every Helluva Boss Has-Been Hotel post ever for the likes and make sure if she liked it or not. That's how we have to find it now. I don't care if there's thousands of likes. You keep scrolling until you see Vivian Machado. Oh my gosh. Okay, we're gonna stop it here. Oh my gosh.
Bye, everybody.